Welcome to Anatomy Physiology 2, NURS 1532. My name is Dr. Lauren Finnerty. I will be your prof this semester. This course is entirely online this summer. The lectures will be primarily done as voice over PowerPoints with YouTube links posted on YouTube. I will be holding a tutorial session synchronously via WebEx every Monday at 1 p.m. Let's go over the Blackboard shell, the syllabus, etc. Okay, so like I said, welcome to 1532 AMP2. As you can see, and you'll have this as sent to you via email, but we meet Mondays 1 o'clock on WebEx. Now the first Monday, which is actually the long weekend, so it won't be in week 1. However, there will be material for week 1 for you to cover. This course has 2 tests. They will both be held online on the 1 o'clock Monday time slot. The final exam will be posted. It will be in week 11. So, information about me. My name is Lauren Finnerty. I've been teaching anatomy, physiology, pathology, and a few other things every semester since 2000. I think that makes this 50 some odd semesters in a row. I'm teaching AMP. I've taught in massage therapy, the BSCN, practical nursing, the UOIT nursing bridge program, dental hygiene, the aesthetics program, pre-health sciences program, etc. I went to McMaster University years ago. I have a degree in biology from there. I also have a degree in psychology from there. I went to University of Waterloo and took organic chemistry. After that, I went to the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College in Toronto, and I have a Doctor of Chiropractic from there. I'm currently enrolled in a Master's of Education program with Central Michigan University with a specialty in college learning. I run a full-time clinical practice here in Barrie, and I teach as a partial load faculty at Georgian. My office number is 728-1968, 705-728-1968, which is the Georgian number. My extension is 5534. So if you call that, what will happen is you'll be asked to leave a voice message, and then I will get that via email. My office is M324K, not that it matters. I don't think we're going to actually get onto the campus anytime before August, but we will see. I'm available to meet via WebEx, and my WebEx room is lauren.finnerty. It's the first name dot last name. And so when you sign into WebEx and you go to you can go to a room, you just type that in and that will get you into my room. But in order for that to work, we have to make an appointment. So you email me and I will meet you online at a specified time that we work out. Now, speaking of emails, it's very important that when you email me to lauren.finnerty@georgiancollege.ca. Do not email me by replying to the mass emails that I will be sending out through Blackboard. If you do that, the email, when you reply, returns to Blackboard. not necessarily to me. It's very easy to get lost, to misplace an email. If you want to get hold of me, email me directly to my email from your college email. I will be checking my emails a couple of times a day, in the morning and in the evening. I do not just sit on my computer. I have my clinical practice to attend to, and so I will be checking emails periodically. I guarantee in the morning and in the evening, for sure. Now, this next thing is called course information, and in the course information is where we have the course outline and the course syllabus. The course outline is this one here. It says what this course is about, so that it's Anatomy Physiology 2, the course code, the number of hours, 56. This is the course description, the content, cardiovascular, respiratory, lymphatic, immune, digestive, urinary, fluid, electrolyte base, and reproductive systems. The passing grade is 60%, assignments, tests, and a comprehensive final. So the tests are worth 40%, the exam is worth 40%. The assignments are going to be a lab and some quizzes. You will have all semester. Set up very much like last semester with Avinash for AMP1. The rest of this is you can read at your own leisure. It's not that important. The more important document is actually this one here, the syllabus. Now the syllabus is really how this course is going to be laid out. We have 56 hours. You get credit for 56 hours. We're going to be doing it in units. So unit 1 is cardiovascular, blood, heart, blood vessels, circulation. It's chapters 17, 18, and 19 of your textbook. I've given 2 weeks for that. So you complete them at your leisure. Now, quiz 1 is going to be on the cardiovascular system. And that's it. Now, it's up to you when you want to do the quiz. This is the earliest you can complete it, but it will be available till the week before the final exam, so to the end of week 10. The second unit is the respiratory system. Online quiz 2 is that's chapter 22. And so that's in week 3. In week 4, we will have online term test 1. It will be set up exactly like you had the 2 term tests in AMP1 with Avinash. I will go over that in a little more detail shortly. But that will be in week 4, Monday at 1 o'clock. I'm not positive of that date. I think it is June 8th. Unit 3 is lymphatic and immunity. There will be 2 weeks to that and a quiz for that in week 5. Also in week 5, we will be doing a lab. Now, it's going to be a virtual lab. Avinash and I will post videos that you will watch instead of doing the experiment yourself, instead of doing the things yourself. So it's an ECG, spirometry, some blood gases. There's 5 stations, I believe. We'll be posting videos for you to watch in lieu of actually coming in. The write-up will be the same. The write-up as if you actually did it yourself, but you'll be using the data that you collect from the videos. That write-up is due in week 6, and I will make it 11:59 of the Friday of week 6. In week 6, we start Unit 4, and we have 2 weeks to do Digestive System, Chapter 23. Week 8, we have Unit 5, the Urinary System, and Term Test 2. I will be going over what's covered in Term Test 2, but it's basically the same thing that's on Quiz 3 and 4. Week 9, Fluid Electrolyte Acid Base, Chapter 26. Then Reproductive System is Unit 7 in week 10, and the final exam is going to be in week 11. And we're doing that because it frees up your lab makeup components. They have decided that if we can get anatomy over with before you have to go in and do any practical stuff, that it's better time management. So the comprehensive final will be the same as last year, 100 multiple choice questions. It'll be done online, the same as last semester, etc. It will be announced where we're going to, or when we're going to do that. Okay, look for the announcements on Blackboard and emails. I will email any announcement to you as well, so please monitor your emails. So we're going to use the appropriate medical terminology. I've started out with a review of terminology, and then we're going to look at the various systems. The required textbook is the same textbook that you used in AMP1. It's Mariab, Human Physiology. So, academic integrity, core value at Georgian College. So you're to be aware of and demonstrate behavior that's honest and ethical. This has become a bit of an issue with online. Our expectations are that when you are writing the test and exam, that you will be honoring that it is a closed book event, that you shouldn't be getting any outside help or any or having your books open. This is strictly the honor system at this point, and we would like to cultivate that that culture of honesty amongst us. Now, understanding anatomy and physiology and owning this material is going to be fundamental to your understanding of processes of pathology, processes of human disease, which you have to take in the next couple of semesters. You have some courses in that. It's the underpinning for assessments. It's the underpinning for all medical things. It is really a foundation. It is in your own best interest to achieve understanding in this foundation, and the best way to do that is to be academically honest and have academic integrity. The behavior in class is not so important because we're not going to be in class, but we will be online. There will be some synchronous tutorials that you'll be logged on with your classmates. This is an important component, and my expectations are that we are going to be respectful when we are in that situation. Error where it doesn't apply. This is probably what you're more interested in. The 2 tests were 20% each for a total of 40. The 5 quizzes are 1% each. I see that I made a mistake. I will correct that. The lab report is 15%, and the exam is 40% for a total of 100%. So there'll be 5 online quizzes. So they will be 11:59. July 24th is the last day that you can write them. I would suggest that you write the first 2 just before test 1, the next 2 just before test 2, and the last one before the final, just by July 24th, but it's entirely up to you. The test 1 will be on June 8th. Test 2 will be on July 6th. Both of them are 1 hour duration. Both of them have 35 multiple choice questions, 27 marks in short answers, and a long form question. Again, it'll be done online. The lab period will be as a video, week 5, starting on June 15th. The report will be due Monday, June 22nd. As Avinash and I work out the details of this, it'll be posted in the laboratory folder under course information. The final exam will be 100 multiple choice questions. You know about student assistant, maximizing grade, all of this, read at your own leisure. So we're not going to have to worry about emergency evacuations and that unless we end up back in class, but this appears in every one of your syllabi. Okay, at the end of the syllabus here, we have each chapter broken down with some notes, unit-specific outcomes, so using appropriate medical terminology, describe the composition, physical characteristics of blood, etc., etc., the formed elements, hemostasis, and blood groups. These are the 11 items that you're going to be responsible to understand in blood. Similarly, for the heart, these are the 15 items that you're expected to know. And blood vessels, another 15 items, etc. I'm not going to go through each one of these at this point. Feel free to read it, and we will discuss it all as in the WebEx meetings. Okay, textbook is this, the lab was here. Now, I've put some of the diagrams for the various chapters in here. I haven't completed this yet, but there will be diagrams for each one of the chapters, and just like you had with Avinash last semester. Under weekly learning, you're going to find it broken up into units rather than weeks. So, Unit 1, cardiovascular. So it's all of the information for cardiovascular. Chapter 17, blood, has the overview, which is the same as we had before. It will have the PowerPoint here, and then YouTube links to me narrating these PowerPoints. I see that one didn't hypertext. We will try and fix that. Nevertheless, it is your responsibility to watch these lectures. You can make notes, treat it as you would a normal lecture. My suggestion is that you increase the speed to 1.25%. I find that it flows a little bit better when you do that, but again, that's entirely up to you. I've thrown in a few other resources. There's stuff, this was a video that Avinash made a few years ago, and then there's some practice multiple choice questions and practice tests on this material. And you're going to find that in the weekly learning that you're going to see that it's all laid out the same. So just follow along. There's the overview, PowerPoint slides, and the YouTube presentations. Okay, practice tests, suggested answers, etc. This will be also the place that you will find any of the diagrams that are appropriate. So quizzes are going to be found here under the quiz button. Quiz 1 is chapter 17 and 18, quiz 2 chapter 19, quiz 3 20, 21 and 22, 4, 23, etc. This is important. 11:59 on July 24th is when you have to have them done for. All the quizzes will be available here starting on May 18th. Tests will appear here, and the final exam will appear here at the appropriate time. These are time sensitive. This test will start at 1 p.m. on that Monday. This test will start at 1 p.m. on that Monday. The exam will be at the predetermined time. If you have accommodations for extra time, etc., please send me those accommodations as soon as possible. I will set it up so that you will have extra time for these quizzes and the tests and the exam. But I need to know that in advance. Under the assignment is where the lab report will be submitted, and I will mark it there, and you will get the feedback there. Under test and exam reviews is some sample tests and the reviews, the medical terminology that you're required for the test, etc. It's set up exactly the same as AMP1. So with that, I am going to wrap this video up, and I know we're going to have a good semester. I will see you on WebEx on May 25th at 1 p.m. If you have any questions about how to enter on WebEx, please email me, and I will respond to that. But basically, download your WebEx. You should have done that last semester, and you join the meeting in my room, Lorne.Finnerty. Thank you, and we will see you online May 25th.